blockchain. I'm not sure if everyone is from Kenya, but for those who are in Kenya, I remember during the protest, one of the biggest issues we had was that the government is using our money without us knowing where the money is going, but yet they are flaunting the money in terms of the assets they buy. But imagine if we had a blockchain system where we can see where all our money is going. That's what transparency means in blockchain. In terms of security, it means no one can alter the data. Once the data has been filled in, no one can, and the block has been created, no one can alter that. I also went ahead and created a small example of, for anyone who doesn't understand the meaning of blockchain. I said, imagine a public diary shared shared by multiple people, where everyone can see what is written, but no one can erase past entries. I hope you are good up to that point. I can't see any comments you guys make, but please do share your thoughts and comments or whatever in the Telegram channel. I'm going to go to the next point, which is talking about the major cryptocurrencies. So there are different types of cryptocurrencies. I didn't highlight them on this deck, but I can go ahead and just like pass them through. Different type of cryptocurrencies. There is payment cryptocurrencies. We have stable coins. We have privacy coins. We have utility tokens. We have governance tokens, we have security tokens, we have non-fungible tokens, we have meme coins, and I think lastly we have the DeFi tokens. Each of these coins serve a different purpose, but on this deck I only highlighted the major coins, which is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is, I think it's the most common known coin, which is also referred as the digital gold. And then we also have Ethereum. Ethereum is known for its functionality since it allows developers to create on it. And mostly it's through the dApps that have been created through the Ethereum ecosystem. And if I go ahead and highlight these out, when it comes to the classification of cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin is classified among the payment cryptocurrencies. Ethereum is classified among utility tokens. Also, we have Litecoin. Litecoin is known because it's more faster compared to Bitcoin. Also, it is among the first cryptocurrencies that came up back then. And however, currently we have seen Lightning Network doing the Lord's work in terms of processing of Bitcoin payments. Also, yeah, I think that's it. If anyone has a question, please don't forget to highlight it in terms of cryptocurrencies. I think I've highlighted everything there. I'm going to go to the next point, which is how cryptocurrencies work. The main purpose of cryptocurrencies was peer-to-peer transactions, especially working as medium of payment among people. And one of it is it's used as a mode of transaction. The other one is it's used as a mode of payment, but it's just like money, how you use money only in a digital, on a digital platform. And in terms of peer-to-peer, it means there is no intermediaries needed for these transactions. You initiate the transactions yourself, and you wait for the other person to respond. In terms of verification, the network verifies all the transactions, and the confirmation is added on the blockchain. So if you want to send money from Nairobi to Mombasa, it's easier. Actually, let's not use just within the country. If you want to send money from Nairobi to USA, or someone wants to send you money from States to Kenya, it's easier for them to send you the money through Bitcoin rather than sending you probably through M-Pesa or bank transfer. We all know the issues that we face when we are trying to do the global transfers. My next point is on regulatory, laws vary globally, and in Kenya currently cryptocurrencies are not regulated. However, the central bank recognizes that yes, cryptocurrencies do not exist, but they continue. Okay, they recognize that they do exist. Sorry about that. However, there are no laws in regards to cryptocurrencies, but I think it's something that's still in the works. I'm not sure. But in each country, these laws vary. And one of the most important thing about these laws as a user is to understand each and it's to understand the laws of each country, also locally and internationally, as these will also help you avoid legal issues and ensure that you participate in a safe cryptocurrency market, mostly because in Kenya we do not have like owned exchanges or some stuff of the sort. But if you are someone who stays on the news and you're always on top of news, you'll get to know when probably an exchange you're using is being locked out or they're having legal issues. A good example is when Paxul was having legal issues. So good thing they gave allowance in terms of withdrawal of your funds. However, let's go to a case like FTX. FTX announced that there were rumors and there was some news, and there was also some legal issues. So for anyone who followed these legal news and stuff, they were ready for whatever FTX was, whatever was to come from FTX. Also, always ensure that there is compliance. We have issues like Tornado Cash. I think one of the biggest issues is the fact that Tornado Cash it's more of the most secure tools in terms of cryptocurrency transfer and stuff, but we have been seeing a lot of issues in regards to that. However, the government, I think it's the US government, they are trying to like get into a legal battle with Tornado Cash in terms of compliance and stuff. But yeah, I think I've spoken a lot on that. So let's go to security and privacy. Always protect your digital assets. Always. Just the way you protect your M-Pesa PIN. Always protect that. Ensure you have private keys. Not every exchange provides private keys, but always ensure you have private keys and you keep them secure and confidential. That's for you to know. For the wallets that you use, ensure you always use trusted wallets and exchanges, and mostly using safe wallets. It doesn't mean that you are using an exchange. It doesn't mean that you are safe. At the end of the day, these exchanges are not fully decentralized. For example, Binance and Bitget, they're not fully decentralized, but at the end of the day, always stay alert, in short. In terms of privacy, consider using privacy-focused coins or tools. In terms of coins, if you may ask, Moreno is one of privacy-focused coin. There are others, but I can't remember them. And in terms of tools, we have tools like hardware wallets, we have secure browsers, we have mixers and tumblers. In terms of mixers and tumblers, Tornado Cash is among the mixers and tumblers. We have non-custodial wallets and we have decentralized exchanges. Okay. I think this is my last slide. Yes, investment trading and how to buy, sell, and invest cryptocurrencies. Since I'm in Kenya, I'm going to talk about how to buy cryptocurrencies in Kenya and invest and stuff. So buying and selling, you can buy. I'm not sure if there is any other method to buy and sell. Please, if you know any other method, comment in the Telegram channel. But as for me, I only know P2P is the only way you can buy Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrency in Kenya through the P2P platforms. Mostly Binance, Bitget, Nuance, Paxful for anyone who also uses Paxful. And you can, for anyone who is looking to trade their cryptocurrencies, there are different strategies that you can use as a P2P trader. I'm not quite efficient on that, as I do not know how to explain. I think everyone has their own strategy of making money on P2P. There are those who do arbitrage, like you buy from a different platform, go sell it on another platform. Yeah. And let's go to investment strategies. We have the long-term holding. We have the long-term holding, which is you hold your cryptocurrencies for an extended period of time and waiting for the price to increase. On this strategy, I would mostly advise we find that most people tend to avoid this strategy because they think, oh, I need to have a lot of money to do like the long-term holding. No, you don't need to have a lot of money. You can just create a strategy. Probably go for DCA strategy, dollar cost averaging, whereby you buy within let's say you decide this year I'm going to be buying probably every month $50, $50, $50 of Bitcoin until the end of the year. And you have to stick to it. It doesn't matter if the market goes down, it doesn't matter if the market goes up, but you just stick to your strategy. I find it's the best strategy for someone who is not a whale. So yeah, eventually you become a whale if you maintain to that strategy. And the other one is day trading. Day trading is buying and selling of cryptocurrencies frequently to profit from short-term price movements. I'm sure most of you know of that. And as you also trade, we have the risks that come with trading. And one of the biggest risk in crypto is the market volatility and the potential losses. Cryptocurrencies are quite volatile. A good example, I think, is yesterday. Yesterday, most people were anticipating that the market would pump. However, the market dumped. Even for the people who are investing in new cryptos went at a loss yesterday. So yeah, there's that. And I also provided an example. So if you are new to cryptocurrencies, just consider trading cryptocurrencies. If you have ever traded NSCs, you can just like take the same knowledge you have in terms of risk and management. And in terms of managing risk, always trade what you are willing to lose. Don't put all your savings into something that you're not sure is going to give you returns. So always trade that which you are willing to lose. I think I'm done and I'm open for questions.
Thank you so much, Sheila. Anyone who has a question can just raise their hand so that she can just take questions in the next 5 minutes. And then we go to the next speaker. Anyone with a question, just raise your hand. Okay, I think they can type their questions on the chat as well. We can tackle that later. Thank you so much, Sheila, for that perfect introduction to cryptocurrency and blockchain. So our next speaker will be Tevin. Is our DevRel, the lead DevRel in ICP Hub Kenya. Is going to take us through ICP blockchain and ICP Hub Kenya, what we do here and how to get involved. So Tevin, are you in the call?
Yes, I'm in, Mary. Yeah.
Welcome. You can start.
Okay. Yeah, let me just share my screen. Yes, yeah. Kindly confirm you can see my screen.
Yes, but it's in infinity mode.
Oh, it's in
infinity mode. Like multiple screens.
Oh, really? Let me. Wait. Can you see NNS over here? Oh, I think I shared the wrong screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me just. Okay.
As Kevin prepares to share his screen, can you kindly can just type your questions in the chat for Sheila to handle them? She's still in the call. As we wait. Or you can raise your hand. I can just see and I allow you to speak.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Share again. It's screen one. Okay,
Yes,
can
now I
you now
can see.
see? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you very much, guys. I'm Tevin. I'm the dev for ICP Hub Kenya. I'll be taking you guys through. Yeah, I loved Sheila's session because she explained more about cryptocurrency and the role of cryptocurrency. I guess without cryptocurrency, all other blockchains are in vain. You know, we can't always sideline cryptocurrency aspect of blockchain because that's where our money and our current value goes to. Because the first cryptocurrency is Bitcoin. Most people know about it. And at least Sheila has gone deep and to tell us about how blockchain technology plays a major key role. Like for example, she gave the example of um, of one of the reasons the people were always protesting was because of transparency, and blockchain technology brings in transparency. And yeah, I'm looking forward to more of her session. For those guys who don't know Sheila, she's a really good trader. So for trading tips, unfortunately today's session you're not doing trading. I'm sure she can reach out to her after the session and she'll give you more insights on that. Yeah. So for me, my role today is to just discuss to you guys about NNS, which is yeah. Let me just sorry. Yeah, we are here to talk about DAOs. Not won't talk more about the tokenomics because tokenomics is a whole other session on its own. Yeah, but Internet Computer has a DAO system. Basically, what a DAO is, it's a decentralized autonomous organization. And it's a form of governance without a central governing body. Yeah. When the last time we had such session, I gave the good example of how Gen Zs have changed the whole political landscape of Kenya, and actually are also influencing other countries to do the same because what they did, the small exercise they did, they advertised blockchain, but they also majorly pointed out on how we really need a DAO, yeah, because how they were doing the whole protest was they didn't have one key leader. There was no one central governing body. There was no one body that came and said we are representing Gen Zs. Even those that came in, people were, of course, on Twitter ranting about. And we're seeing how the whole DAO structure is changing the game, and it's starting to influence. And I think if Gen Zs were able to show it, then if they embrace it, then it's gonna be effective, and maybe never know. Maybe the government might move that way, but don't really necessarily need the government because the government is the main central body. We just need like companies to do that, like private firms to actually move in a DAO structure and the rest. Yeah. So a DAO is basically a decentralized autonomous organization. I won't read most of this, but I'll just share the link for this. But our main DAO in ICP is called an NNS. Yeah, it's a network nervous system. Yeah, so the Internet Computer Protocol is governed by a DAO, which is also known as NNS. So NNS is basically, it's a fully on-chain decentralized system that is responsible for making decisions regarding every aspect of the Internet Computer. Yeah, of course, to participate in NNS, I'm gonna show you guys how to do that. But to participate in NNS, ICP token holders, of course, first thing, you have to be an ICP token holder. That means you need to at least hold ICP in your particular NNS DApp. I'll open the NNS one right here, and you must participate. You must be a token holder, and you must stake on ICP token for a certain period of time. in an entity known as a neuron. Yeah, we're gonna see more of what neurons do, but neurons provide stability required for the responsible governance of the ICP protocol by ensuring that ICP tokens staked within it cannot be exchanged for a specific period of time known as a lock period. Yeah, so basically this means that when you stake on ICP, staking is basically locking your money for a while. Yeah, even banks do staking. Like for example, you can decide that you're creating a savings account. Of course they don't call it staking, but you're creating a bank account, and you have a certain amount of money. So maybe every month, out of the small thing that you get, maybe you're sending 100 bob shillings to that particular account, and this account is locked in a way that you can't access it easily. Yeah, so yeah, I hope I'm still in. I hope I'm not out. I can see my internet saying
Yes, you're good.
Oh yeah. So basically, what the bank does is when you lock this particular amount of money, you can't be able to access it. Even our very own M-Pesa, Safaricom has done it, where you have
Kevin,
Mshwari. Yeah.
your voice has
Can-
gone a bit lower.
Okay. Sorry for that. Can you hear me now?
Yes. If you can just confirm on the chat, I can hear you now.
Okay. Kindly confirm that you can hear me. I hope I have not left you, but yeah, I'm very much here. I've made sure that my activation. Oh, I can see it's my internet that is dancing, so I'll just have a backup of bundles just in case it goes off. But yeah, let me proceed. Confirm to me that you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So so I was saying that like services such as M-Pesa, like Safaricom, you can also do staking, but for theirs they call it locking, where you can be able to lock your amount for a certain period of time until maybe, like, you can say I'm locking it for 6 months. So that means you can't access it for 6 months. So it's the same thing as staking, and that's where ICP blockchain comes in. Through NNS, we stake, and the ICP tokens that you stake are now, they mature to be called neurons. Yeah, so neurons can vote on proposals which are proposed changes or upgrades on the particular protocol. Yeah, there's also something called an SNS, which is a feature on NNS DAO. SNS is basically a service nervous system. It's also a type of DAO for a specific DApp that uses the same format or architecture that NNS uses to govern ICP. Yeah, so let's see more of how this works. Yeah, so I have opened my NNS over here. I'll just share these links right now, no worries. So in case you have an issue, not really be stressed about it. Yeah, so once I open NNS, I'll just sign up to it. Yeah, let me log in. Of course, I'll have my internet identity. For you to log into NNS, in case you don't have an internet identity, you have to actually create it. Internet identity is more like the login system, so I don't need to put like an email and a password for me to log in. I just use internet identity, and it's good. It's an authentication feature for all dApps on ICP blockchain. And even when developers always build, we always emphasize that if I'm logging into your particular dApp that you built, please use internet identity. So yeah, so here is my NNS account. As you can see, it has a feature where I can hold my tokens. I have 0.13 ICP at the moment. It has a feature where now I can stake ICP over here, and then it has a feature where I can vote on proposals. It has a feature on the launchpad. Here is where SNS stands out, where now all dApps that have been listed on ICP can be able to register as an SNS, whereby for them to be controlled, not one person gets to control. So like, for example, OpenChat, It's a very good. It's like the Telegram for ICP. Maybe in future we're gonna be doing our webinars on open chat, but it's like a Telegram on ICP blockchain. It's now a decentralized social media where not one person gets to actually control it. So how they get to run their particular app, the developers don't get to call the shots on everything. If they want to make any changes, any updates, they just list it over. They make a proposal on SNS over here, and then people who are actually holding open chat tokens can be able to participate in it. So this is a feature where now ICP tries to do to have a DAO system of governance, because we are all talking about decentralization, and without DAOs there is no decentralization. We'll still end up being centralized if maybe, let's say, like the main ICP team gets to control everything that happens in this network. So that's why NNS was proposed. And yeah, it also has a feature for developers where you can link a canister or create a canister, but that's for a story for another day. Yeah, today I'm teaching you guys how to stake. Yeah, so for example, the least amount of staking that you can do on ICP is just one ICP. You just need one ICP at the moment. Today I don't have extra ICP to send it to my main account. Last time I think we did the session in August 24th. You see here, that's when I sent my one ICP that I showed you guys how to stake. But I'll just go to my neuron staking. So assume I already have put my one ICP over here. Once I have it, as you've seen, as I have read to you, when you stake ICP token, it ends up being a neuron. That's why we call it neuron staking. So I have already staked like 23 ICP at the moment. Because I want to take part in the ICP ecosystem. I want to be part of it, because the good thing about ICP blockchain is this NNS DAO has been set up in a way that even if you just have one ICP token, you have a say in the governance of the internet computer ecosystem. Yeah. And it's actually a good feature, because now you don't need to be a shark who has like 1,000 ICP tokens. It just depends with you. Yeah. At the moment I have 23. I told you guys I'm trying to make it 100. So every month I just try to maybe just put like 3 ICPs, and then maybe one day we'll have a session where it's 100. Yeah, kidding. Yeah. So like for example here I have staked 23 ICP. So how it actually works is once I have staked this 23 ICP, I cannot be able, for me, I have staked it for, we are emphasizing people to stake for at least 8 years. Let me show you how the whole staking structure works. So I'll come to this particular, this is just a website that just shows you guys on the whole process of staking. So for example, I am here. I have staked 100 ICP at the moment. This is just a dummy, yeah. And then I'll have to put the number of years that I want to stake. So I think I can put this for I think the maximum amount is 8 years. 8 years. Of course, that's why there's something called an 8-year gang on ICP ecosystem. When you go to most ICP communities or any maxi of ICP, tell them about 8-year gang. They'll tell you that these are the people who are staking for 8 years. Yeah. So like me, I also decided that I'll stake for particularly 8 years. And also now that's why we want you guys to also stake as low as 1 ICP. 1 ICP at the moment is let me just see the price of 1 ICP is I think it's $7. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's $7.41 dollars. Imagine just $7 and you're part of the ICP ecosystem. You don't have to be a developer, but you're someone who just with that 1 ICP you're making the whole ICP ecosystem decentralized by just doing that. Yeah. So let me go back to my particular DApp. Yeah, that I was showing you. Yeah, it's here. Yeah, so assume I have staked 100 ICP. Yeah, once I stake them, they're not gonna be called ICP at the moment. They're gonna be called neurons. Yeah, and the whole point of these neurons is for you to have more voting power. So the more you stake, the more voting power you get. So if you stake one ICP for 8 years, the voting power will be calculated and you're gonna see it. Yeah. And then one thing we always emphasize is you don't start dissolving it, because dissolving it is basically you're withdrawing it. Yeah. So if I have staked for maybe 100 days and then I start dissolving, then I'll only get, of course, when you stake the ICP tokens for that 8 year period, if you staked one ICP, that doesn't mean that you'll get one ICP over 8 years. Imagine 8 years from now where you'll be. Yeah, probably your life will change. If you don't have a family, maybe you'll have a family. If you're not married, maybe you're gonna be married. If you have kids, maybe you're gonna add more. Yeah, so it's a long-term thingy. Yeah, but it's a good exercise that ICP ecosystem is doing to just promote governance and to promote decentralization. That ICP protocol is a chain that is fully decentralized and you don't need to be a shark. So the challenge with other blockchains is most of them, you get that the first time holders of that token get to control how the whole governance goes. Yeah, whereby you're told you need to have a maximum of 1,000 number of tokens for you to be able to vote. So that means if maybe you're like of course I'm not saying you're a small fish, but let's say you're not financially good at that point, that means you can't be able to take part in that particular you can't take part in that exercise of voting in that particular blockchain. And this brings limitations because it ends up being centralization, because I mean the person who is holding the most tokens is the one who's controlling the whole system, and it's not decentralization. So ICP has managed to make this simple, whereby you just need one ICP token and now it's your choice. And once you always take one ICP token, you always realize that okay, you want to add more, and you never know how far it can go. So we are emphasizing for you guys to stake for at least 8 years for you to get a good yielding. So if you stake one ICP for 8 years and you take part in the voting exercise in the internet computer ecosystem, trust you me, 8 years from now, you're going to tell me how it's going to grow. So this is just an example dummy of I have staked 100 ICP over here. I have put that I'm staking it for 8 years. And then I have not dissolved. Like I told you, dissolving is like withdrawing it. It's not good because it matures with age bonus, the number of days you have locked that particular neuron, that ICP token that has matured into neuron. So let me just click start over here. As you can see in this chatbot, my voting power is increasing time by time. Yeah. Voting power is increasing over time. As you can see, this graph is just moving. This is 2025, 2026, 2027, 2028. And by the time it reaches the 8 years period, you can see here the maturity of, like, for example, 100 ICP here. So far, so good. This is 2025. You already have 11 neurons, which are also like, it's like you've gotten like 13 or this particular number of ICP tokens. So when you start dissolving it over 8 years, this maturity number here is the number of tokens that you're gonna withdraw, of course added plus the amount that you actually staked. And this is actually a good exercise, but the whole point is you're locking them for you to have more voting power. Yeah. So, and then because once you lock them, it's not enough. So for other protocols, even banks, is once you've locked, that's enough for you to get more. But for ICP, we try and bring in to bring decentralization. We want people to vote on proposals here. So this is just an example. I'm gonna stop it over here. So I'm gonna share this link for you to just play around with this. You can tweak it how you want. You can put the number of years you want, how you want. But it's just an example. But yeah. Let me just do that. There's something I wanted to show you guys. The the part of if I start dissolving. So for example, you see here it's increasing, but if I start dissolving, you see the voting power here is going down. Yeah, there's a way it has gone down. Yeah, so it's emphasized that when you're staking, don't dissolve. Yeah, don't click start dissolving. So let me go back to my NNS DApp over here. I managed to stake this particular amount of ICP. I don't think I can be able to add more, but I'll just use this one that I have. So this is my neuron ID. I can even track the neurons on the ICP dashboard to just see that it's really because everything is open source, yeah, and we're talking about transparency. So if I search for my neuron ID, I think I can even see that this neuron has been set to 8 years. Every details, it even shows that on the proposals that I have been voting on, like these ones are some of the proposals I have been voting on over the month. So every week I just come in and I vote and I vote and I vote. You can always see if you voted yes. You can always see if you voted no. So yeah, it always depends. Usually I try to vote based on the majority, because sometimes I really don't read. At least I can honestly say sometimes I don't read the proposals, because I mean the whole point is your voting power increases as you vote. So as you can see here, this is 23 ICP that has been locked. My voting power is 47. It's not really that low because I can still get to vote. So the proposals are always appearing over here. At the moment, there is no proposal. But of course, when I check the dashboard over here, I can see a history of some of the proposals, such as update, subnet, something. There are always technical terms for you to vote, but yeah, so that's the whole point. One other thing about the staking part that you need to know is once you stake, there's a feature down here for you to actually follow a neuron, yeah, because we are staking ICP tokens, and now we're not calling them ICP tokens, we're calling them neurons, yeah. So like mine, of course, I have like 1.53 neurons so far. It's still low, but of course I keep increasing every month, and it's gonna increase as I do that, yeah. Of course, it even tells you the last maturity distribution, but there's something here called neuron following, where you get to follow the particular neurons. So this particular neuron, like for example, if I click follow neurons, I can see different people who are actually voting on ICP ecosystem. I think ICP Hub Kenya will be listed over here soon, whereby now we're also going to be taking part in the voting exercise. So like for example, I can check, maybe I can just follow this B3Pay, but the best way to know who is voting is to come here in this particular site. I'm going to share this link also again. It's a bit weird maybe, but it just shows the voting power dashboard, because everything is open source, right? So when I click here neurons, and then I go to maybe non-neurons, I'm gonna see the people who have been voting. Like for example, water neuron over here is one of the people that I can follow. I can follow this open chat people. I can follow this DAO. As you can see, they even show you their voting power at the moment, yeah. And at least you can always follow up on that and take part in the exercise. So like for example, water neuron, I can see they're very active. They've been voting on proposals. So when I come here on NNS, I just look for them. Maybe I look for, maybe they just say network and tokenomics, add followee. Let me look. I see what a neuron. I just click on them, and then yeah, so that means when I follow them, anything that they'll be voting on, it's gonna be added more on my vote, yeah. So when they vote, they actually help me to vote. So in the case that I don't even, I'm not really active on voting, then however they voted, it's gonna increase my voting power one way or another. So we encourage people to follow. I have followed a lot, and I always still keep following based on my research. You can follow all of them if you want. It's your choice, and you can always see how it goes. So if they, for example, Wataneuron votes on yes, and then everything goes to be like that proposal goes through and it's yes, then at least I get something added. I get a neuron, and also I get my voting power gets to increase. So it's actually good that you actually do that. Yeah, what else have I left out? Sorry. Yeah, so that's the whole point of voting on NNS. We want you guys to stake as low as 1 ICP. Last time we did a giveaway where we said if you create an NNS account and also like confirm to us that you have created an NNS account, we're gonna give you at least 1 ICP for you to try and stake. I don't know if the people who received last time staked, or if they just said, let me withdraw on Binance. But we're emphasizing that you stake for 8 years, and yeah, be part of the ICP ecosystem, promote decentralization by voting on proposals made. Some of these proposals you don't really have to know what exactly, because some of them are they're always let's just say technical, because like for example, you're voting on protocol upgrades, you're voting on topology decisions. These are things that are a bit weird for just a normal person to understand, but the whole point is you have staked and you are actually voting on that proposal. And yeah, so I'll stop at that for now. Let me share all the links here immediately. And yeah, for that, I hope you've learned something about NNS. It's our main DAO system, and it's where we do proposals on everything that's going on ICP network happens on NNS, and that's how we are promoting decentralization. So I'll pull it over to you, Mary, and yeah, I just want to say thank you, and please create NNS accounts, and those who manage to create will choose randomly and award you at least 1 ICP token for you to take part in the particular exercise. Yeah. Over to you, Mary.
Thank you so much, Steven. That was perfect. I believe everyone now has a knowledge on what NNS is, what DAO are, and you're going to open your NNS wallet and share with us your address on the chat, and we'll pick randomly 2 winners to get a chance to win. So we welcome questions. If anyone has a question, you can raise your hand, or you can just type on the chat box. I'll just check if there's any question in the chat. Let me see. You can as well raise your hand if you have a question, if you need clarification as well. So if there's no questions, I think we can just ask Albert to say something before we close. Albert, you're still here in the call?
Yes, I'm still here.
Yeah.
Okay. I have questions on my inbox. I think the best thing I'll do, I will ask them to just direct them to the Telegram group, because I think there is a problem with the questions. Yes, some questions have been deleted. Actually, I have 3 people who have asked me the same. So probably your bot, it's kind of rejecting some responses, but I have them. Okay. So I'll just forward to you after to the Telegram. I'll send the guys to forward on a different format.
Okay, no problem. You can just ask them to, you can just send, maybe you can share with us on WhatsApp, then I can see as well. Because let's see which ones they're using that are getting blocked.
That's
anyway,
very fine.
Okay, that's it.
I have a question myself.
Yeah.
On the ICP coin. Okay. Like for example, when it comes to demand, the demand and supply on the coin under the chain, will like for example, when there is this kind of behavior whereby when Bitcoin is going down, all cryptos also go down, like almost 90% of all cryptos go down.
Yeah.
Do you have such kind of correlation with ICP?
ICP is just one of those altcoins that behave the same when the other coins, I mean, they are going down, it also goes down. So all the altcoins, they normally follow the Bitcoin, the way Bitcoin is behaving. But yesterday I saw when Bitcoin was going down, altcoins, even ICP was actually going up. So again, it depends with that. And then number two, it depends on the activities of the chain, of a coin. Like if us guys were doing things that are making people demand our coins, like normally when our developers are building and they need some tokens, they need some coins to maybe for transactions and all that. So it means the demand is so high. So you might find the market is maybe going down, but maybe, for example, ICP is not going because there's activities going on the chain at that moment that is making the demand of the coin to be up. But normally it's like that. When Bitcoin goes up, other coins will follow later, and then it goes down, it follows again. Yeah, so it's just the same as other altcoins.
Yeah. Also to add up on that, this is now why if you're keen to be like on the ICP ecosystem, ICP has been listed as one of the AI tokens at the moment. I think it was always showing over here. Yeah, it's been listed as one of the AI tokens, and AI tokens are on demand. But also, when you follow through events like global Web3 events, like for example, next week we're gonna, I don't know, next week or next week, but when we're gonna have like token 2049, we're gonna have a lot of Web3 meetups. In Africa, we're gonna have its Safari, and you know, such small activities always make the price go up. Depending, even if Bitcoin is going low, you always see that the price of ICP always goes up based on activities, like real world activities that are being done, like the way Maria said, you know, getting many developers. Like ICP is always listed, sometimes it's always top 5 in having the highest developer activity. So it always depends on the activity that happens on the real world. So that's why ICP is always present in such forums, the big Web3 events. They usually make the price. If you're always keen enough to know, like I know from next week when you have more Web3 events, the price might just it might just shoot for a particular period of time. Of course, I can't predict when, but when you're always keen, you always realize that that's always happening. So it's always keen to know which event is. Maybe go to Twitter, see what event is definitely going to attend and stuff. And yeah.
Yeah, thank you,
that's well answered.
Okay, another question you have? Anything else before we close?
For now, no. If I have questions coming from my community, I will always direct them here.
Okay, Tevin, I can see a question on the chat saying, what is a neuron split? Can see that?
What's a neuron split? Yeah. It's basically is this basically a divination of a neuron? It's like, I'm sure you've seen it from maybe on the staking feature. There's something here called split. There's an option here of split neurons. If I'm not wrong, let me look at it. Yeah, split neuron. Yeah, so you can be able to maybe I can say I want to like remove a certain amount of neuron, but right now I don't have enough neuron here. I only have like 1.53 neuron, but you can be able to choose the amount of, it's like you're cutting the amount of neurons that you want to exercise to take part in the voting mechanism. But it's not always advised for you to split a neuron unless maybe you have a lot of neurons that you don't want most of them to be involved in the voting exercise. Yeah, but that's a very good question. At least you've gone ahead, you've reached this stage. Please explore more about it. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. There's another question someone is asking, what options are available for newbies to get ICP coin besides buying the coin? Also, I'd like to appreciate. I think I can take this one. If you want to get more coins, I mean, you can first build on a chain, building on ICP chain. Number two, be active on our community. Mostly we reward, after a while, we reward our active participants. So make sure you have joined our Telegram group, you're active, every day you're active. Also follow us on Twitter and make sure you are really active as well on Twitter. So once in a while we give giveaways to our community, and as well being part of the developer community as well, you get to earn ICP as a builder or as a founder. So yeah. So I think we don't have any more questions. So I want to say thank you everyone for joining this call today, and thank you for being part of our community. We expect you guys to continue asking questions, continue participating, and we look forward to engaging more. Thank you so much, Albert, for having your community join us today. Thank you so much, Sheila, for the great introduction session to blockchain and crypto. And thank you so much, Tevin, for the great session on ICP blockchain, NNS, and the DAO. Thank you so much, everyone, and I wish you all a great afternoon. If you haven't had your lunch, if you're having your lunch, bon appetit, and see you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay.